Good evening, everybody, and welcome once again. Remember, it's 3, 2, 1 you're on. We've got another hour of goodies lined up for you with our regular team, plus star guests and star prizes. And remember, top prize on our show each week is a car. Well, will it go tonight? Will it be won? Or even more important, if it's won, will it go? We'll have to wait and see. As you can see, we've got a really packed studio audience here. Well, it's been raining here all day. They've got to go somewhere. And don't worry, by the way, they're very used to having the cameras on them. Most of them are used to having their pictures taken, but normally there's a number underneath. But it's really good for me to be here for half a minute exactly without even being interrupted. Oh. There we are. I spoke too soon. Ladies and gentlemen, this is our Saturday sin bin. Win him, and it really would be a sin. Dusty bin. He's bright, he's bouncy, he's breezy, but beware, he represents our booby prize. And what's wrong with you? You're not very well again. You're miserable this week. Oh, you know why? He was rejected last week. Nobody wanted him. Oh, well, don't worry about it. I'll soon put the smile back on his face. Where's my chauffeur, George? Are you here, George?
Mr. Rogers.
George.
I've got a complaint to make about the automatic clutch.
But, George, the car hasn't got an automatic clutch.
No, but you have.
George, don't talk about that on air, would you mind? Look, oh, it's put the smile back on your face, I see. He shouldn't understand those kind of lines. George, take Dusty away, put him with the car. We shan't be needing him until later on in the show, all right? Right, ladies and gentlemen, now come along and meet my gorgeous secretaries, the gentle sex. Most important people here tonight, of course, our contestants, and the winners from last week's quiz, who have been back, 4 weeks on the row now. How about welcoming them? Yeah. Right, okay, on 3, 2, 1. We start with 3 couples in the quiz. The winners of that come back next week. Then 2 couples compete in a little game, which leaves 1 couple going forward for the really big super prizes. And although we have super prizes on the show, just remember, it is possible to go home with a £1 note and a dustbin. But we do start with the 1,000 to 1 quiz. Our contestants have already chosen their questions in front of the studio audience before the show. Their answers will be checked by our adjudicator, who will indicate on the board how they are doing. But of course, if they do make a mistake, then we really lay it on them. That's when they meet our terrible trio and that corny joke book of theirs. Ladies and gentlemen, Dougie Brown, Chris Emmett, and Debbie Arnold.
But give them a sample. Here we go.
Oh, no.
Oh, not that one. Yes, no. Page 100. This is a real corny game. Somebody might need these. There you go. My brother is a farm worker in a sweet factory.
Your brother is a farm worker in a sweet factory.
What does he do?
Milk chocolates.
Now, that's the kind of thing our couples can expect, so please get your answers right and we won't have to listen to them all night. Now, that's not an order, it's a plea. So, Holly, here she is with our questions. How are you, Holly, this week?
Fine, thank you, Ted.
You're looking lovely as ever, thank you. And Mireille, who are our first couple this evening? Oh. It's not, it's Patsy Ann.
Yes. Well, Ted, 3 weeks winners, Roger Carver and Chris Simons, who come from Romford in Essex. Roger lectures in law, and Chris teaches physically handicapped children. Their total so far is £1,008, and here they are again to add to that amount.
1,008, huh? There you go. What have you done with the money from last week?
Well, I've been to Italy.
In a week?
Yes, yes.
That's great. Oh,
well, I only just got back, actually.
Really?
Yes.
What about you, Chris? What have you been up to this week?
Well, I'm still saving to go to Greece.
He's going to Italy and you're still saving. That's great, isn't it, really? Well, invest the money wisely, you know, because I heard of an Irishman, in fact, who opened up an account in England under a Swiss name. But if you would like to take a hold of the second and third set of questions, thank you very much indeed. Thank you, Patsy. OK, now let's see what we have. As you know, in the easy round, this is the easy round, you're playing for just £1 for each correct answer, but we want you to do well, because the amount they win at the end of the first round is the stake money per correct answer in the second round, and likewise the third. We also want you to answer alternately. You first, of course, Chris, and you, of course, second, Roger. Now, this week, I'm going to give you one free one to start with. The question is about contents of the average sewing basket. We want the names of the objects which are kept there permanently, not work in hand. Okay? Contents of the average sewing basket. The one I'm going to give you to start with is tailor's chalk.
Tailor's chalk.
Needle.
Thimble.
Cotton.
Darning needle.
Safety pin.
Tape measure.
Wool.
Quick and pick.
Time up. That was definitely time up there.
My auntie's in hospital. She swallowed some needles and thread.
Oh, dear. What's her condition?
So-so.
You know, after jokes like that, they're all going to get their own TV series, all our yesterdays. Now then, Holly, how well did they do?
Well, Roger and Chris have scored 9.
A 9,
Yes.
time out, but you got 9, so £9 a question next time round. Very good for a starter there. Jenny, can we have the questions? Thank you very much indeed. Now, Mireille,
Yes,
who are your
Dave.
couple this week?
This is Jeff Barton Greenwood and his wife Jenny, who come from Cardiff. Jenny is a part-time personal consultant, and Jeff is a chartered surveyor.
What?
Chartered.
Shattered surveyor? Chartered surveyor. Thank you very much, Mireille. Would you like to take this second and third round questions? I think we're all pretty shattered after all this. So, Jeff and Jenny, you come from Cardiff. I've got a lot of mates down that part of the world. Great place. Where do you live in Cardiff itself?
Rubina.
Where?
Rubina.
Rubina. It's not a place, it's a drink. We're going to go for £1 a question. You know what you have to do? You have to answer alternately. Here is your question for £1. The question is about contents of a garden shed. We want the names of tools used in gardening. And we don't want seeds, fertilizers, or insecticides, so gardening tools to be found in a garden shed. The one I'm going to give you for £1 is shears.
Shears.
Dibber.
Trowel.
Spade.
Fork.
Secateur.
Saw.
Rake.
Hoe.
Dutch hoe.
Well done indeed. Okay, and indeed, they got a maximum there. You scored maximum 10, so that's £10, each correct answer in the next round. Well done. Okay, our third couple. Thank you very much, Jenny. Who are they, Gail?
Well, tonight we have John Botterill and his wife Tina from Stalybridge in Cheshire. John is a sales manager for a batteries firm, and Tina is a housewife and a mother of 2 boys.
Lovely. Would you like to take the second and third round questions? Thank you very much indeed. So, from Cheshire, huh? That's pretty good. And I see here hobbies. You've got a nice hobby here, then, John. You like painting, is that right?
Yes, I do. Yes, I do some oil painting. I like landscapes.
What about you, Tina? I see squash, tennis, you have as hobbies here, and slimming. That's not a hobby, is it, slimming?
It is with me.
It's hard work with me, I can tell you. I went to one of those special organisations, you know, that help you to get rid of it, lump lookers. I lost £20 the first month, and that was just the fee. Anyway, good luck to you both. You know you're playing for £1, and you know you have to answer alternately. It's lovely to have you here on the show. Let's see what your question is. Your question is about contents of a secondary school child's pencil case. We want the names of pieces of equipment average children might have in their possession to help them with their routine school work. All right? So let's begin with, I will give you coloured felt-tip pens.
Coloured felt tip pens.
Ruler.
Pencil.
Eraser.
Pencil sharpener.
Protractor.
Compass.
Chalk.
Paintbrush.
Scissors.
Another well done. Well, that's incredible. A maximum. So what do we have at the end of our first round? Couple number 1 over there on 9, but couples number 2 and 3 have both scored maximum at the end of the first round. All right. Well done. Okay. That's it. Thank you. Okay, Roger and Chris, you are on £9 a question this time. Good luck to you both. This question is about birds we eat. We want the names of poultry and game birds which are eaten in this country. Okay? So poultry and game, the one I will give you to start with is goose.
Goose.
Grouse.
Chicken.
Turkey.
Duck.
Pheasant.
Pigeon.
Dove.
Mistake.
What did the chicken say when it found an orange in the nest?
I know I shouldn't ask, but what?
Look what Mama laid.
Comedians may come and comedians may go, but that lot go on forever. Okay, Holly, how well did they do?
Well, Roger and Chris have scored 7.
They scored 7. In fact, Chris, of course, no, Roger it was that said dove. Our adjudicator won't accept dove, and that's fair enough because, well, you've got to be pretty hungry to eat a dove, right? Nevertheless, You're going for £63 in the last round. Very good indeed. Second set of questions, please. Thank you very much, Mireille. Okay, it's Jeff and Jenny here. You're going for £10. You scored a maximum. This question is about fresh meat that can be bought in the shops in this country, excluding all meat derived from birds. We want types of meat which denote the animal it comes from, not particular cuts and no offal. All right? So types of fresh meat, and the one I will give you with to start, veal.
Veal.
Venison.
Beef.
Lamb.
Pork.
Horse.
Deer.
Repeat. Mr. Butcher, sir. I'd like a pound of lamb chops, please, sir.
Lean?
Could I have a pound of lamb chops, please, sir?
Well, they may not be funny, but they're consistent. All right, Jenny, how well did they do there?
Jenny and Jeff have scored 6.
Scored 6, of course, because you did, in fact, repeat. You said venison and then deer, which was a repeat. But nevertheless, you've got £60, which is quite close going into that last round. Congratulations. Now, can we have the second set of questions, please, for Tina and John? Thank you very much, Gail. You, of course, scored a maximum last time. You're going for £10 each correct answer. This is a question about creatures known scientifically as mollusks and crustacea, shellfish. We want shellfish that is bought fresh and eaten in this country. So shellfish, the one I will give you with to start, lobster.
Lobster.
Crab.
Prawns.
Shrimps.
Cockles.
Scallops.
Mussels.
Winkles.
Crayfish.
Whelks.
Well done indeed, because you did in fact score a maximum. So the situation at the end of the second round, couple number 2 here on 60, couple number 1 on 63, but in the lead at the moment, couple number 3 on £100. Yes. Right, Roger and Chris, 4 weeks on the trot. Now you're playing for £63 each correct answer. Good luck to you once again. Your third question is about sea areas. We want the names of Met Office sea areas as used in weather forecasts for shipping. Okay? I will give you one to start with. Viking.
Viking.
Humber.
Lundy.
Thames.
Dogger.
Biscay.
Tyne.
Irish Sea.
Tea.
Mistake!
Here is the weather forecast. Owing to the success of last night's weather forecast, it will rain again tonight.
Do you know, they love to make people laugh. Perhaps if we ask them nicely, they might do later on. Holly, just how well did they do there?
Well, Roger and Chris have scored 8.
You scored 8, Roger and Chris. In fact, you did say T, which was wrong. There was Fortis, Fisher, Dover, Fastnet, Rockall, Shannon, Bailey. We can all think of it afterwards, can't we? Never mind, you have a total there of £504. Will it be beaten? Can we now find out? Thank you very much, Mireille. Okay, there's Jenny and Jeff. They're playing for £60 for each correct answer. Your last round of questions are... This question is about mountains, the very high mountains of the world. In fact, those over 16,000 feet above sea level. We do not want mountain ranges. So the names of highest mountains in the world, and the one I will start you with is Mount Elbrus.
Mount Elbrus.
K2.
Mount Everest.
Mount Godwin Austen.
That was a repeat. You know, I took my wife on a mountaineering holiday once.
Did you? What happened?
Well, the guide came up. He said, "Do you know your wife's fallen down the precipice?" I said, "Don't make me laugh. My lips are chapped."
Okay, Jenny, how well did they do?
Jenny and Jeff have scored 3.
They scored 3, of course, because you did repeat K2 Godwin Austen. That was a repeat, unfortunately. Nevertheless, you do have £180 there. Now, it's the third round of questions for Tina and John. You're on maximum of 100. And what do you have out of the blue envelope this time? Good luck to you. We want the names of countries on the mainland of the continent of Africa. Okay? Numbers on the mainland of Africa. The one I will give you with to start, Libya.
Libya.
Rhodesia.
Kenya.
Belgian Congo.
Time out there. Time out indeed, but nevertheless, you did say Belgian Congo, which is now Zaire. We're accepting that. So let's see what we have at the end of the third round here. We've got couple number 2 in the middle on £180, couple number 3 here on £400. But once again, for the 4th week running, our winners with £504, Roger Carver and Chris Simons from Essex. Look at all that. £504. My goodness me, I think you can both go around the world 3 times now, can't you? We're going to see you next week. And ladies and gentlemen, we're going away just for a couple of moments right now. If you are popping out to put the kettle on when you come back, don't forget, it's 3, 2, 1. You're on. We'll see you in a minute. And welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, as once again for the 4th week running, we say goodbye to Roger Carver and Chris Simons from Essex. The quiz winners now with a total of £1,512. We look forward to seeing you next week. Well, ladies and gentlemen, any moment now we shall be taking you over to the 321 Fairground, because that's the theme of our show this week, all the fun of the fair. Our remaining couples are standing over here, ready to observe the screen and see what they can remember about this first scene, because we're going to ask them 10 questions afterwards. It's going to be performed by our disrepertory company, who incidentally are at the crossroads of their careers, because the way they're acting, that's just where they're going to wind up, crossroads. We'd like you to play along at home as well, if you'd like to try and remember as much of this first scene as you can, as we go over to the Barker of the Bungling Brothers Fairground.
Said when he wore his spot inside his kilt. How tittle I am to welcome you to the fiasco here this evening, the Bungling Brothers Fairground. We have got some tatty-hilarious dexterities of ginormous proportions. No, it doesn't mean that, Mrs. Put your binoculars away. What we have, we would like to introduce to you our beautiful belly dancer, Fatima. This afternoon, she tried to riddle out of a contract. She's more chance of riddling out the clothes she's nearly got on. And we do also have, for your entertainment, the tallest midget in show business, Lofty. And out there, Lofty. Hey, what's the weather like up there, Lofty? Hello, either it's snowing or he's got a bad case of dandruff. And we must not forget Roberto with the big bonds. Roberto! Here's Roberto. He's the only man in captivity to have a head transplant from Vernon Manning. And also we have our strong man, Mr. Muscle. And the cool man's answer to the Incredible Hulk. Mr. Muscles is going to attempt to lift single-handedly and on his own by himself that 100-pound weight. Watch this, missus. Oh, wait a minute, it's heavy. That's never 100 pounds.
Yes, it is, Jimmy. It's just on the price tag.
Unfortunately, we don't have the rest of our acts with us. We do have the incredible Indian of a man. He can't be with us this evening. He's been stretched to the limit. He's in dressing room 6, 7, and 8. But come and have some fun at the circus. I'm going to have mine. Tatty bye, everybody. Come on, girls. Tatty bye. Tatty bye.
Couples, come on round. Come on round. Now then, fellas, if you'd like to stand in front of these lecterns here, would you? Because here in front of you, there are 10 questions on that last scene. We want you to try and remember as many as you can. While you're answering the questions on that scene, ladies, if you would like to turn around, just stand behind those marks on the floor, would you? Because there'll be some bean bags in here any moment. As you can see up there, we've got plates. When the bean bags arrive, we want you to knock down as many of those plates as you can. Now then, there are 3 whistles in this game. On the first whistle, you start answering your questions. Ladies, throwing the bean bags, knocking down those plates. On the second whistle, you change places with your partner. You start throwing at the plates. The ladies start answering the questions. And on the third whistle, you stop. Come back here. We will add up your scores. Whoever's got the most answers right and the most plates down will naturally go forward to take it and leave it and the big, big prizes. And if you would like to play along at home, keep watching the bottom of the screen because these same questions will be coming up. George is here with a whistle. Everybody's all set. Good luck to you both. 3, 2, 1. Oh, wow. There goes one. There goes two. Oops. Oh, yes. Three. Oops. That's it. Really smash it. Oh. Right, change places. Come on, ladies, answer the questions. Fellas, knock down those plates back there. Missed. Oh. There goes another. Hey, wonderful. Yeah, there goes 2 in 1 hit. Well done. There goes another 2 in 1 hit. Well done. Here's another one. Yes. Great. 2 in 1 go. Run out of bags, quick. Anyway, it's time's up. Come back to the lecterns and let's see how well you did. Oh, well, just run out of bags on time there. It tangled up. Okay, George, thank you very much. Right, would you like to take the tops off there? Thank you, Patsy. And Holly, let's see how well you did. How well did you do at home there? First question is, what was the name of the fairground? The Bungling Brothers. Did you get that? Brothers? Well, no, it was Bungling Brothers. We can't accept that. It's got to be Bungling Brothers. How many drum majorettes were there? There were 4. You got that? Yes? Number 3 was, what was the dancer's name? Her name was Fatima. Yes, good. Yes. Number 4, what type of dancer was she? She was a belly dancer. Did you get that? Good. What did the dancer try to wriggle out of? Her contract. Did you get that? Sounds as though you'd enjoy it if you did. Number 6, did the strong man have a moustache? Yes, he did. Good. Number 7, what was the name of the strong man? Mr. Muscles. Yeah? Number 8, what was the estimated height of the stilt walker? That's him on the stilts, when in fact it was 10 feet in all. Did you get that? You didn't answer that? No, 8'6", Phil, no good. Number 9, what sort of tie was the barker wearing? A spotted bow tie he was wearing. Bow tie, well, it was spotted. I don't know, you're both the same. I've got to hold that one back. Number 10, what was the price tag of the weight? It was £100. You got that, both of you. So you have scored 8, you have scored 5, so of course it all depends on how many plates were knocked down. Now then, Gail, how many did your couple knock down?
My couple scored 7.
7 and 8. Oh, 15. And how about you, Mireille?
And my couple scored 7 too.
7. And that's 12. So there's no question about it. You won. You're going through to take it or leave it and the big prizes. Congratulations. Lovely. That's fine. Oh, lovely. Oh, Jeff. Jeff, it's been lovely having you here. And Jenny, you too. I don't know whether you heard that. She said, good luck, I hope you get the car. That's nice to say that. But you don't lose on this show, as you well know. You won money in the quiz. How much did you win? You won £180. There it is. You're going to take that back with you, aren't you?
Thank you very much.
That's and also, we have a little souvenir. It's a photo frame there. And during the show tonight, a photograph has been taken of you, and it will arrive at your home down there in Robina, in Cardiff. Look forward to seeing you. I'll see you at that restaurant, OK? That's for you. Thanks so much for coming. God bless. Ladies and gentlemen, one of the great sports. Thank you. Lovely. Tina and John from Cheshire. Now then, what money did you win in the quiz? 400. He hasn't forgot that figure. Look at it. There it is. Doesn't that hurt, that? Do you want to take it, or would you let George look after it for you? There you are. You trust her, even though she drives the car. Well, that's good. OK, George, come along over here to the treasure table, would you? If you'd like to stand just there, Tina. And John, if you'd like to stand just round this side here. Because that money there you won in the quiz was only, in fact, part of your winnings. This is where the really big prizes are. Here we want you to be sort of detectives, working out clues in the sketches associated with the prizes. Now, there are 6 sketches, 6 prizes, remember. 5 super ones, including the car. And, of course, remember old Dusty Bin? He represents the dustbin. You could go home with just a dustbin. But we want to see if you can get through and win some of those super prizes. At the end of each sketch, there will be a little object left here on the table. Now, that may or may not be a clue. It might just be a red herring. but they will read you a rhyme which will definitely be a clue. And here from the last scene is the crafty barker himself, Doddy Brown.
Might I say one bit of advice?
What's that?
Never try and get your ears pierced in Bradford. I'm going to leave you that as a MacGuffin.
That's the MacGuffin object. Yes.
And also, here's your rhyme, look. The filling of this prize you provide yourself, but I warn you, sir or madam, as you use it so the parts will wear, these were never found around Adam. Got it? Have you ever been tittle, missus? Tatty bye! Tatty bye, everybody! Tatty bye!
Tatty bye. He's left this object here. This is a MacGuffin. We call it that because the great Alfred Hitchcock used that word. He used to leave all these red herrings and clues throughout all his great movies. He called them MacGuffin, so we adopted the same word. That's a MacGuffin. We'll have another one on the table in a moment. Just put that to the back of your mind for a moment. It could be a car, it could be a dustbin. Because our next act is very, very unique. Requires complete concentration and total dedication, so please, absolute quiet. A lady sword swallower, Daredevil Deborah.
Delicious!
Oh, yeah. Come on, you had us all fooled there. Come on, a sword made of toffee. I mean, that's not dangerous.
It is. Toffee ruins your teeth.
Do you have a little rhyme for these delightful people?
I've hidden it.
Oh, really? There?
Nice and warm.
It came from Bristol. Right, OK.
Part of this sword may be a clue, more so if it were real. Think of the things that are not eaten after you've finished a meal.
Thank you very much. You got a delicious meal there, by the sound of
I
it.
have. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Daredevil Deborah, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you, Debbie. Well, they're having a good conflab here already. Got any ideas yet? Has anything struck a chord? Is there a car or a dustbin there yet, do you think?
We wanted that could perhaps be cutlery.
Can't really. Well, we
Not
don't...
eaten after a meal.
We don't know until we open it, do we? Well, you've got to start really thinking about that when the next MacGuffin is on the table, because then you have to decide to reject one of them. Yeah. And now we're going back over to the fairground because somebody over there is attracting quite a crowd. It's the gypsy fortune teller, Miriam Carlini.
Everybody out! Now, brothers, one at a time, please. Oh, it's after 6. One at a time and a half. Right, who's next?
Good day to you. My name's Callahan. Can I talk to you in confidence? I have to ask, only since I came to power, there's so little of it about.
Oh, yes, sit down, please. All questions answered. To you, £5.
I wondered if you could help me.
Of course. That's one question. £5, please.
Oh, £5? That's a lot of money, isn't it?
Yes, that's 2 questions. £5, please.
You're worse than Dennis Healy.
Now, let's have a look. Oh, yes. Oh, I see you're facing an election for which you will need nerves of steel.
Why nerves of steel?
Because that fella Steele's going to get on your nerves. Ah, here's your career line. It says you're going to continue to fight against inflation. It says you're going to continue to fight against unemployment.
Yes, what else does it say?
It says it's continued on the next palm.
Oh.
Oh, this hand shows both good news and bad news. It's about the next election.
What's the good news?
After the election, you'll return to number 10.
Splendid! And the bad news?
It'll be just to collect the furniture.
Oh, bless my soul. Audrey!
If you're watching, Maggie, I'm a lousy fortune teller.
To get me fortune
yeah,
read.
You got a £5.
A £5? You're joking. My Percy's suffering from malnutrition.
Oh, all right, then. I'll have a look in my crystal ball for you.
Great. I want to know how long it'll be before I meet a fella.
Oh, I see a tall, dark, handsome stranger. He's single. He's wealthy. His father left him £1 million. And he's looking for a wife.
This must be my lucky day.
It's my lucky day. I saw him first.
The lovely Miriam Carlin. It's delightful to have you here, Miriam.
Hello.
How are you, sweetheart? All right?
I'm lovely, lovely.
You're
thank
as
you.
busy as ever, I know that.
Yes, madly busy.
What are you doing at the moment?
Well, I've just recorded another 7 rag trades, actually.
Fabulous rag trade. It's incredible how that's had such marvellous success after all these years.
Yes,
it's bigger now than it was before, isn't it? It's incredible.
Well, it is extraordinary, actually. These will be shown around about autumn, I should think.
Well, it's lovely to have you here, and this is what you're going to leave, is it? For this
I'm
delightful couple?
leaving the crystal ball, yes, and I hope that it'll show a great big prize for the contestants. I don't know what the prize is myself, but...
That's up to them to work it out. Did you read them their rhyme?
Perhaps this rhyme might give a clue. I'll leave the ball, but there's a hitch. As you roll down the road out of sight, they say I'm a clue. In the right gear, too. So it's everybody out tonight.
Thank you very much. Miriam, it's been lovely having you here. How about that? That's for you, my love.
Lovely.
And God bless you for coming along.
Lovely fellow.
Take care. Ladies and gentlemen, Miriam Carlin. Now, you just heard that from delightful Miriam. I am allowed to give you the arrow again or the sword. Which one would you like to hear?
I'd like the arrow, please.
You'd like to hear the arrow there?
Please.
That, of course, came from the first sketch. Dougie brought that in. It said, the filling of this prize will provide yourself, but I warn you, sir or madam, as you use it so the parts will wear, these were never around for Adam. Now, what do you think? Any ideas? Got any ideas there? Do you think there's a car there yet or a dustbin?
That could be a car. Or that one. I think we should out the sword.
The sword. Right. In the quickie, Debbie ate part of the sword, but she left the blade, and the rhyme said, part of the sword may be a clue, more so if it were real. Think of the things that are not eaten after you've finished a meal. Well, of course, a blade of a real sword is made of metal, so is a dustbin. The things not eaten after a meal might be put in a dustbin, but not the things we had in mind. Just think about it. What are the things not eaten after a meal, and they are to do with cutting, and they are made of metal? Yes, you've rejected eating utensils. You were right. That's just what you've rejected, an 84-piece canteen of stainless steel cutlery. Oh, yes. It's lovely, but it's not all there. That's it. As you can see, they're only half. It's only half full there. We weren't trying to cheat you at all. We just wanted you to eat your meals in comfort. So the rest of the cutlery from this canteen is with the second half of the prize. It's this lovely dining room suite. How do you feel about that? You were half right, weren't you?
Yeah.
Could you have done with the dining room suite as well? I'm sure you could.
Well, yeah.
Oh, a fabulous prize. Never mind, we'll have another MacGuffin here on the table in a moment or so. More prizes, but there's still the dustbin. Keep thinking about that one. Ladies and gentlemen, we're going away just for a couple of minutes. We hope you'll be back pretty soon. Take care. See you soon on 3, 2, 1. Go away. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to part 3, where Tina and John have just rejected a marvellous canteen of cutlery and a dining room suite. Never mind, there'll be another MacGuffin on the table in a moment with more clues, as we now go back to the fairground to meet Speedy, one of the most magnificent Liberty horses there are around, and we watch him going through his paces. Oh. You nearly knocked that man down. Do you know that, Speedy? Well, listen, is this the MacGuffin, is it? Oh, hang on. Let's see if I can get it from you. Oh, dear, you've got strong teeth. This is the MacGuffin you're leaving for them? Well, where's the rhyme, though? Where's the rhyme? Oh, it's inside. I'm sorry. Yes, you're right. Here it is. Hang on a minute. Let's see what it says from Speedy. Horses can't talk, can they? Otherwise, they just say rhubarb, rhubarb, rhubarb. The bucket tied up with this prize would make it suit a sport. It holds 4 records dating back 70 years and is often taken to court. So there you are. That's the MacGuffin. Thank you very much indeed, Speedy. We'll be seeing him a bit later on. Thank you very much. Speedy, get Liberty Horse. Well, now, does that mean anything to you?
Not a thing.
I can give you the crystal ball again, or else I can give you the arrow.
We'd like to hear that one again, the crystal ball.
Like to hear the crystal ball again? Fine, that came from the fortune teller, Miriam Carlin. I leave the ball, but there's a hitch as you roll down the road out of sight. They say I'm a clue in the right gear too, so it's everybody out tonight. And does that strike any familiar chord? Anybody got any ideas there? Remember, the dustbin's not gone yet? The car hasn't gone yet? What do you think? You have to make a rejection right here and now.
Yeah.
What do you think, John? You're thinking like a good one there, aren't you?
Yeah.
How about you, Tina?
I think we're drinking the bucket.
Well, we're pretty sure we know what that one is.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
That's good. That's good.
So
it's between the bucket and the crystal ball. Which one will it be?
We can't have any more clues.
Let's try the bucket.
No, not anymore. Oh, here you're getting heckled from the back. Crystal ball. Crystal ball. What do you think?
Come on, help!
Open the box. That shows you how old you are. Open the box.
Yeah.
I think, yeah, that's yeah. I think
Yes? What are you going to go for?
reject the bucket.
You definitely want to reject the bucket?
Not definite, but we will.
So you're rejecting the bucket, okay? Let's see what we have here. As the rhyme said, the bucket tied up with this prize would make it suit a sport. It holds 4 records dating back 70 years and is often taken to court. Well, the rhyme said the bucket tied up with this prize would make it suit a sport. Keep that in mind for a moment while I deal with the 4 records dating back 70 years. Well, the kind of records they had in those days were cylinders, weren't they? Well, what has 4 cylinders with bucket seats and would suit a sport? Yes, the same thing as you're thinking of now. You've rejected the star prize, the car. Oh. Oh, they're all saying you've rejected the car. How do you feel about it? I know. How are you, George? You're well. Oh, dear. Well, you have rejected it. Isn't that awful?
Yeah.
Never mind, that dustbin hasn't got yet. George, back again. Back. And here we go again for some more clues and more prizes. Oh, dear. Well, how do you feel about that? Pretty terrible, huh?
Sick,
Yeah, a bit sick. Oh, we could have driven all the way back in that tonight, but you got one car. That would have been a problem. Never mind. We're in the fairground once again, you know, because in our fairground we have some magnificent heavenly bodies. First of all, we have Jenny. And we have Holly. And we have the most powerful body of the lot, Jackie. Jackie Fallow. Hey, Jackie, lovely to see you. Really
Lovely
is.
to see you.
Marvellous of you to come along. My God, you know, I admire you fellas. I know all these ladies, they love watching the wrestling, don't you? Oh, she does. I think you're in there with a bit of luck tonight.
Yeah, Jonathan.
Magic, she says. Hey, Jackie, look, you all have your favourite holds. What's your favourite hold?
Step over toe hold.
Step over toe hold?
Yeah.
Well, how does that work? I mean...
Well, I'll show you. Let's turn on him.
No, not John, no. We need him for the rest of the show. No, empty.
What about you?
No, step over toe hold. I can't do anything like that. I mean, could you show us...
Got some to show you.
Yeah, wait, no, Jack! Yeah, but wait a minute. No, Jack, I was only asking, Jack. It was only... Jack.
Yes?
Jack.
Where are you?
Jack, it was only a thought. I mean, I was... Oh, sorry. You're Jack. Gee, I don't know how you do that, all those holes. Ridiculous. My goodness. Well, look, thank you very much indeed. I'll be back with you in a minute.
Right.
Now, listen, have you got a MacGuffin? I know it's a bit difficult with that kind of costume, but have you
Do you
got...
want a belt?
Is that what you're going to leave for the MacGuffin? I was worried again for a minute there. The belt you're leaving, are you? And have you got a rhyme for these lovely people?
I most certainly have. If I can see it. This prize has springs and purrs, and when speeded is alarming. If one catches up with you, it might not be so charming.
Uh-huh. Thank you very much indeed. Now,
Springs and what? I didn't hear what the word
springs and
after
what?
spring.
Springs and purrs. Purrs was the word he said. Anyway, he's a great guy, and thanks a million for coming on. Jackie Pallow, ladies and gentlemen. Good luck. Thank you. Oh, well, now there we are. You just heard that one from Jackie. I can give you the arrow again or the crystal ball. Now, which one would you like? The
crystal ball again.
You'd like to hear it, the crystal ball? Yeah. Okay, Tina, yes?
Yeah.
Fine. The crystal ball from Miriam said, I leave the ball, but there's a hitch as you roll down the road out of sight. They say I'm a clue in the right gear too, so it's everybody out tonight. Now, one of them has to go. Which one will it be? Remember, the dustbin hasn't gone yet. And that car has.
I don't think it's the arrow.
No.
Crystal ball.
It's got to be the crystal ball.
Keep the crystal. I think we were going to give it to him over there, don't you? keep the crystal ball. What do you think? Which has to go?
Reject that, yeah.
You definitely want to reject the crystal ball?
Yeah.
See, they don't... What do you all think? No? No? Well, what are you going to do? You know.
We're going to reject it.
So you're rejecting the crystal ball, okay?
Yes, ma'am.
Right, let's have a look and see what that says. You're rejecting the crystal ball. Here's the rhyme again. I leave the ball, but there's a hitch as you roll down the road out of sight. They say I'm a clue in the right gear too, so it's everybody out tonight. Now, we had the feeling you might keep this because the rhyme was read by the lady whose name is Carlin. Well, of course, we now know the car's gone. And she said she was a clue and in the right gear too. And it's certainly beginning to sound like a car rolling down the road out of sight. I appreciate that. But what has a ball and a hitch as it rolls out of sight, spelt S-I-T-E, what Miriam was geared up as, yes, you've got it, a gypsy. And where do gypsies leave? I think you can go on. A caravan, a four-berth caravan worth £1,800. Oh, dear. Well, now, how do you feel now?
Even sicker.
Even sicker. Her car's gone. The caravan has gone. You can have a whole motorcade going home tonight at this rate.
Oh.
Oh, dear. Isn't that a shame? Look, a four-berth caravan. My goodness. Look at that. Just take a look inside there. Can you see that inside there? Isn't that gorgeous? Whether she can have it or not, she wants a peep. Just to see what fantastic she says. Oh, lovely. Well, take it away, fellas. I'm afraid it has been rejected. Oh, dear, what a shame. Tina and John, thank you very much, Mireille. And here we are, back to 2 MacGuffins on the table. And we are coming up to our final rejection.
Yeah.
Now, we haven't got rid of that dustbin, have we?
No.
You still got pretty good ideas on what you think anything is here?
We wonder if that could be clothes.
Oh, really? No idea. So you've got rid of the motor car and the caravan already. Never mind. Let's go over now to our final scene. Because you saw Speedy, our little horse there, the Liberty guy, running through his paces. As you realise, of course, there were 2 fellas in that horse. And we greet them now. It's father and son, Bert and Cyril Sproggett, as they come off after their act backstage. Oh.
Dad, that was our farewell performance.
Oh, it weren't that bad, hurt, son.
Oh, I'm finished as a back end of a horse. I joined the travelling fairground to see the world. All I see inside this thing is your aftermath.
Oh, but son, listen.
No, my mind's made up. I'm quitting show business. What I most object to about this act is it's a sham.
It's a shambles more like, son. You see, you're too stiff. If you could only be a bit more nimble, like your Uncle Herbert were. Boy, when he worked the skin, people used to think you were a real horse.
Where is he now?
Dead. Broke his leg, they had to shoot him.
Well, this real horse bit's beginning to affect me and all. Do you know, it's got so bad, I can't even take that shortcut past the glue factory anymore.
Oh, rubbish. Just your imagination, son. I mean, playing a horse can't possibly affect you like that.
Can't it?
No. Trouble with you is you're just a bit peckish, lad. Listen, you'll be all right after you've had a feed. Here, get your oats down, you. Go on.
All right. I'll trot off then.
All right then, son.
A horse, my kingdom for a horse!
No!
Slave, I have set my life upon a cast. I will stand the hazard of a
stop
die.
it!
If you...
Stop.
What's going on?
Well, these actors, they take it too serious. After that last sketch, he wants me to enter him for the derby next year. Stop it! I'll sell you to Belgium. Give him the MacGuffin. And
This is the MacGuffin, is it?
Yes, that's the MacGuffin. And there's the rhyme. Sorry about that.
Never mind, he'll get a break sooner or later.
Yes,
One of me tablets.
Yes, get your tablet and you bottle off.
Well, there you are. He's leaving the feed bag as a MacGuffin, and here's the rhyme that goes with it. It says, my powerful performance was special today, a gift which is given to few, so if you get with this prize, you'll be carried away to a place where nothing is new. So there we are. That's the last MacGuffin.
I think that's the dustbin.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Oh, really? What about the arrow or the belt?
No.
No?
I think that could be a clock. That could be clothes, and I think that's the dustbin.
What do you think, John?
I rely on my wife's intuition.
Oh, that's good. He really's got faith in you. You sure you're going to reject it, are you? Okay, then. You're rejecting the feed bag. Now, let's see whether you were right or whether you were wrong. The rhyme says, my powerful performance was special today, a gift which is given to few. So if you get with this prize, you'll be carried away to a place where nothing is new. First line of the rhyme referred to a powerful performance being special. Well, we know it can't be a special car. But what about the next two lines? If you get with this prize, you'll be carried away to a place where nothing is new. Well, of course, that could be an aeroplane trip to some ancient place, like Egypt or Greece, maybe. Or perhaps it could be the prize that it really is. The thing that does get carried away, that's all discarded to the rubbish dump. You're absolutely right. You turn down the dusty bin. This is rejected. Oh, there you go. Look at that. Well, you did pretty good, huh? You worked it out. There's usually something in the top of this. I'm not quite sure what it's anything. Well, I'll tell you what there is. It's a little dusty bin. He's screw, isn't he, sweet? I'll tell you what, though, there's a little sort of added bonus in here somewhere. In the top, if we look in the top, you can see that we've got jelly babies. Now, there's a lot of jelly babies in there. Now, if you can estimate to 6, how many are in there, I'll give you 10 quid. How's that? You want to hazard a guess? Another look? Sure you can. There you go. What about that?
Let's eat some. Easier then.
That's really real jelly babies. What do you say? Estimate to within 6, either side. I'll give you £10. If not, he goes back in the bin. Oh, swish, 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 swish. Oh, swish, 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 swish. How many do you reckon? Okay, what do you think?
180.
180? How about you then, Tina? What do you think? Oh.
168.
168. You're both wrong. There's absolutely 100 in there. 100, I'm afraid. He goes back in, but it doesn't matter. You have, of course, rejected the dustbin, so you must be pleased about that.
Yeah.
Thank you, Holly. Did you take it? Thank you, love. All right. Now we have a choice. You've got 2 MacGuffins on the table. I can read both of them for you.
Yes, please.
You want to hear the Jackie Pallo one? Hear the belt? This prize has springs and purrs, and when speeding is alarming, if one catches up with you, it might not be so charming.
Sure, that's a clock.
Sure, that's a clock. Yes? Oh. You reckon that's a clock too, John?
Yeah.
What about you, love? What do you think it is? Oh, you think it is as well? Okay, so here's the arrow. The arrow came from the first sketch. The filling of this prize will provide yourself. But I warn you, sir or madam, as you use it so the parts will wear, these were never around for Adam.
Clothes, I'm sure that's...
Clothes. I thought it was clothes, yes. I've said it all along. It's clothes. Which one are you going to reject?
Reject the belt.
Are you sure, John?
Yes.
You've certainly made up your minds?
Yes.
No,
Yes.
you've been with this all the way down the line, haven't you? All right, let's see whether you were right or wrong. You're rejecting the belt from Jackie Pallo. The rhyme said, this prize has springs and purrs, and when speeding is alarming, if one catches up with you, it might not be so charming. Well, a car has springs and purrs. Again, we know the car's gone. What we had in mind was something that had springs and purrs that could be alarming because instead of eating up petrol, it could be eating you up. You have rejected a superb example of the cat family. This is Sam. Sam the leopard. Isn't he beautiful? He is Gail, isn't he? He's gorgeous, this fella here. But I tell you what, perhaps not quite the same sort of thing you would like to keep at home, maybe. So we have another fine example of the cat family, which could be kept at home. Would you like to bring him on, girls, please? This fellow, he's not so used to the bright lights. All right, lady, would you like to remove that? There we are. Look at that. Isn't that gorgeous? That is a cheetah, an Italian ceramic one. It's guaranteed to sit quite still, which is a good thing because it's safe now to remove its collar. And if you look at the diamante-studded collar, well, I'm sure, Tina, that would go beautiful around your neck, wouldn't it? Wouldn't you like that? Isn't that absolutely gorgeous?
Beautiful.
There you are. You've turned it down, though.
Yeah.
You have rejected it. Thank you very much indeed, lady. Off it goes again. And there goes the MacGuffin with that. That leaves you with the arrow that you stuck with all the way down the line. This is the prize you take home with you tonight, okay? Let's see what you're going back with, whether you were right or wrong. The arrow, of course, was not a clue itself. It was just a reminder of the opening scene. The clue was in the rhyme, of which the first 3 lines said, the filling of this prize you provide yourself. But I warn you, sir and madam, as you use it so the parts will wear. Well, of course, we thought of probably filling a dustbin. I'm sure you did, and filling a car. And certainly the parts of a car, they're going to wear, we know that. So what could you fill yourself that Adam didn't have? As mentioned by Dougie when he referred to the belly dancer, and you hit it right from the word go, clothes. Yes, you won. How about that? What you have, of course, these might not be your size. We do appreciate that. But what you have here, in fact, is £900 worth of clothes. from a well-known store that they, of course, might not fit you. We appreciate that one as well. You're going to go along to the same store and have £450 worth of clothes each. How do you feel about that? Are you happy? How about that, ladies and gentlemen? Isn't that wonderful? Oh, great. Congratulations, John. Lovely. Well,
I'm definitely going to see it.
that's it, ladies and gentlemen. We'll be back next week. Please tune in again to 321 with lots more prizes and lots more lovely couples like this. Until we see you then, see you on 321 next week. Good night, everybody. Take care.